Hi, everybody. Good morning. And I just wanted to share some things that I have been thinking of and just food for thought out there. As you know, my son passed away. It's been almost 15 weeks now, and a huge shift happened inside me. No longer was it about the external and doing things outside myself or success outside myself. Suddenly, it became very important to achieve success on the inside, or to achieve like feeling of worth and value inside. And the reason for that is I know that as a very high achiever myself and trying to accomplish a bunch of things throughout my life, my thoughts have always been, oh, when I get this award, then I'll be good enough. Or if I achieve the next step or something outlandish or great that nobody else has done before, then I can say that I have value. And yet what has happened over and over again, and maybe you've experienced this, is that when you achieve something or you maybe get, the next step and accomplish a big goal, yes, you celebrate it, but then you're like, you really don't have a fulfillment and a value inside yourself unless you have created that value inside already. And for me, that took most of my life. I didn't feel that way until probably about 8 years ago, that my value was there and it existed just because I existed. And I know that for many of my business clients that I coach, a lot of them accomplish great things that are phenomenal. And yet they often say, as they're trying to go after their next goal, I'm not good enough, or I can't do it. And I look at them and I say, but you've accomplished these other things. This goal is nothing compared to what you've already done. And yet these high achievers, once again, are doubting themselves and not sure that they have the value inside themselves to create what they want to create. And I think about my son, and I think if he had felt his value, if he had known truly who he was and what his life meant to his family, to his friends, and to other people, he would have had the strength to stick around. And so that's why this shift inside me has become on a personal level. And I created many courses about business and business training, and I had to call up my clients and say, we've been embarking on this business course, but my heart's just not in it anymore. I have the material, I can teach it, but my heart is not there. So I have a proposal, and the proposal is, let me refund your money, let me do private coaching with you on some things, or I can shift you into something new that I'm creating. Don't have a really clear picture on what that is yet, but I want to help provide value for you and help you raise that value inside yourself. So it's a shift from the external to the internal, and I really feel that so very strongly. And so that was kind of humbling. And the other thing was, I've been working on this business training for the last 2 years, heart and soul. And to just look at your little baby and say, need to switch you out, that's been hard. And I've sort of been hanging on to the old stuff, thinking, okay, I know God wants me to go in this internal direction, but I'm sure I can hang on to the old stuff. I'm sure I can do both. And I was just divided mind. And so I finally allowed myself to give up the old and to move on. And that place of the internal value is so huge, and it just sits in my core, and it feels really peaceful. So it's been kind of rocky as I've made this switch, and not always been easy, but I really feel that that's the direction that I'm moving towards in the future, and I'm excited about it, and I'm excited to share what I've learned about creating value inside myself, so that my value isn't outside, it isn't in what I've accomplished, it isn't in anything external, any of that. It's just inside myself. And I think that's the message I want to share, is that you matter, you're important, and that you have value just because of who you are. So love you guys, and I'll be sharing more. As soon as I know more, I'll let you know. Thanks.